Hello and welcome to week 6, lesson 1, where we're going to multiply binomials this week. So I can multiply a binomial by a binomial. So we're going to start by what we did last week. We're going to distribute a monomial. So 3 times 9x minus 1, you should get 27x minus 3. The 3 gets multiplied into both pieces. All right. Well, really what we're doing is the same thing. We're just doing it twice. So you got this binomial here and a polynomial here. We're going to take each term in the binomial, so the 6x times everything in the polynomial, and then we're going to do it again with the 3. So I'm basically making two problems out of this. So this is the double distribution method. So you're distributing 6x into 2x to the third, you get 12x to the fourth. 6x times negative 4x squared is negative 24x to the third. 6x times 7x is 42x squared. 6x times negative 5 is negative 30x. Jump to the second part. 3 times 2x to the third is 6x to the third. 3 times negative 4x squared is negative 12x squared. 3x times 7 is, or 3 times 7x is 21x. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Now it's just a matter of combining like terms. There's a lot of terms here. Looks a little more complicated, but really we've done this before. Are there any other x to the fourths? No, there's not. Are there any other x to the thirds? Yes, there's 2. So negative 24x to the third plus 6x to the third is negative 18x to the third. Remember, exponent doesn't change when you're combining. 42x squared and negative 12x squared makes 30x squared. Negative 30x and 21x makes negative 9x. And negative 15 is all alone. We're going to drop it down. There's my final polynomial after double distribution. All right, we can do the double distribution method with two binomials as well. And then I'll show you a quick way to do it, or an acronym that we use to help remember how to do this. So I'm going to take the first part of the first binomial, so x, I'm going to multiply it by x and 5 in the second polynomial, or second binomial. Then I'm going to take 3 and do the same thing, 3 times x plus 5. All right, so x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Jump to the next one. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 is 15. So combine like terms here. Well, I have no other x squareds. I have a 5x and a 3x. When I add those, I get 8x. And I have 15 that's all alone. There it is. Now that acronym, FOIL, is what we just did there. FOIL stands for first. So it takes the first terms in each binomial and multiplies them. Outer is the O. That's the outer terms as you're looking at that. They're the most outside portion of the binomials. I is inner, and then L is last. So first, outer, inner, last is basically double distribution, specifically for two binomials. You cannot use FOIL with a binomial and a trinomial, like our previous problem, but you can only use it with a binomial times a binomial. You can also do a box method. This is a method that's a little more visual for people. Some people like this one. If you like it, go for it. You set up a box. It looks like a Punnett square if you've gone through biology. You put one of the binomials on the side and one of the binomials on the top. It does not matter where you put them. Make sure you include the signs. So these are both positive. But if it's negative, if it's like x minus 3, you'd want to put the negative with the 3. Then you fill in the boxes by multiplying. X times x goes in this top left box. That's x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 5 is 15. Then you combine your like terms. So I have 5x and 3x. And I get my answer here, which we got on the last time we did it. This is not a different, you're not getting a different answer. It's a different method. It's a different way to get the same answer. Pick the one that you like best. Now I got a word problem here. The length of a swimming pool is x plus 3, and the width is 2x minus 8. Find the area and the perimeter of the swimming pool in terms of x. So here's a swimming pool. We'll put the length on there, which we'll just call the vertical sides. We'll put the width on there. Area, you should know by now, is length times width. So the length is x plus 3, and the width is 2x minus 8. We're multiplying these. You should have seen this before. That's what we've just been doing. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. We just did FOIL. 2x squared doesn't have a like term, so just write it down again. Negative 8x and 6x makes negative 2x. And negative 24 does not have a like term. That's the area of the pool in terms of x. Okay, now let's look at the perimeter. The perimeter is length plus width plus length plus width. You're adding up all the sides. So let's just replace those with what we have. So 2x minus 8 plus x plus 3 plus 2x minus 8 plus x plus 3. That equals the perimeter. Now, we're not multiplying anything here. We're not doing what we did for area. We're doing something different. We're combining like terms. So 2x plus x is 3x, plus 2x is 5x, plus another x is a total of 6x's. And then negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5, minus 8 is negative 13, plus 3 is negative 10. The perimeter is 6x minus 10. Another one, very similar, well, a little bit harder. Find the area of the shaded region. Well, let's break this down and do a couple different problems. You'll see why in a little bit. Let's find the area of the green rectangle. Now, this is the area of the whole green rectangle, ignoring the white part. So we're going to do 2x plus 4 times 3x plus 6. If I multiply that out, I'll use the double distribution method this time. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 6 is 12x. 4 times 3x is 12x. And 4 times 6 is 24. Combine my like terms, I get 6x squared plus 24x plus 36. That's the area of the whole green triangle. Imagine that white rectangle was filled in with green. Now let's find the area of the white rectangle. That's 2x minus 1 times 3x minus 1. So 3x times 2x minus 1 and negative 1 times 2x minus 1. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Negative 1 times 2x, negative 2x. And negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Combine the like terms, and there's your final area for the white rectangle. The shaded region, though, would be the green rectangle, and you take out the white rectangle. So the green rectangle, take out would be subtract the white rectangle. So we've got 6x squared plus 24x plus 36 minus 6x squared minus 5x plus 1. We've done this last week. 6x squared plus 24x plus 36, nothing changes with the first one. Negative 1, I'm distributing that in. Negative 1 times 6x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 1 times negative 5x is positive 5x. Negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. Combine like terms. Those cancel. It's 0x squared, so I don't have to write anything. 24x and 5x makes 29x. 36 and minus 1 is 35. The area of the shaded region in terms of x is 29x plus 35. Yes, it's a lot of work, but you should know how to do each piece of that, right? One more thing. What if I tell you that the area of the shaded region is 528? You now have what that green space is. It's 528. And you also have it in terms of x. So 29x plus 35 and 528 are two ways of representing the green space, and they're equal. So I'm going to set up an equation. 29x plus 35 equals 528. I'm going to subtract 35 from both sides and divide by 29, and I get x equals 17. All right. I know it was a long video, but that concludes lesson 1.